Hey everybody, it's me Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 Hertz, the universal frequency. So today, I'm going to go over mental chaos, overthinking, various different disorders, and finding the health in that, or the holism, or even so the finding the peace in that chaos, right? So let's get into this. So there's a lot of mental chaos. There's a lot of stimulation to your thought process, or the thought process is very, very stimulated, right? I always use the example of a pond being stirred up, and then the mud is pretty much not allowing you to see through, which is just like the mind. The mind, once it's stirred up with all sorts of stimulation, it makes it hard to reflect upon oneself, or reflect what actually is. It's hard for clarity, for you to be able to find clarity when there's overstimulation, right? And the way society is set up, it's that the overstimulant is supported. It's like a program, right? So there's a lot of different stimulation that's constantly flooding your sensory tracts, right? So it's like you're constantly eating. You can only really consume so much, right? Before you have to, before your body starts to reject it, right? Because it senses and it can't continue processing, right? See, that's one thing society does as well, or that's with the program of overstimulation, that or the way things are set up currently is that it supports that we're continuously consuming. It doesn't matter what it is, it's just continue consuming. So there's an imbalance in that system, in our system as organisms, right? Because we're supposed to be able to find the equilateral in that, so that we can have clarity arise in the system. But because there's an imbalance in that little circuit, that natural circuit in our design, maybe there's missing links or whatever, or just blockages in the energy, or all throughout the system. There's no clarity to it. It's just overstimulated chaos, right? So this can easily become like a sickness or a disease, because it's an imbalance in the system, right? It's like having kinks or knots in your muscles, or anything like that, right? The flow of energy isn't allowed, is not able to find its fluency, and latency is brought down because of that. And that's starting to get into your connection to sources of energy, right? So once again, it can easily be a disease, but you can also use that to be able to teach yourself, right? You can definitely use that system to teach yourself how to kind of swim in between the net that's made to capture you, right? Like a fish or something. So you can find a holism in that, right? What I mean by this is that there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of overstimulation, a lot of consumption of whatever it is, just a lot of pumping out of stuff, a compilation of karma, the constant program that involves the neediness to constantly do something, no matter what it is, out of compulsiveness. But you can use all that, right? You can use that in a way that it can trigger realization or a state of realization. Right, you can live in chaos, but you can definitely find the peace within the chaos, right? If you just work in between the breath, or if you work in the space, or if you find or shift your awareness to the space in between your heartbeat, right? The heartbeat is the action taking place. Is like the karma or the chaos. Once you start shifting into the space, let's say in between your breath, you can deepen your sense of clarity, because the space allows you to be able to resonate properly rather than being constantly overloaded with stimuli, right? There's domains that you can fix yourself within to be able to come into a deeper resonance, even in the chaos. Mental domains, right? They could be hard to find though, because nobody's really teaching you to do that, right? And society doesn't necessarily tell you this. It just kind of goes on pumping stimuli at you, filling up various different or creating mental complex for you to inhabit, and then like pay to inhabit through attention and whatnot. Right, so you're just getting entangled in your mental complex, but you can simplify all that with if you just let that go. Obviously, though, within that program of the overstimulation or the chaos or the imbalance, there's a lot of the neediness, or that need or that desire is the same as not being